See, again, like, there's so many bad guys out here. They had access to technology that would have allowed them to, like, clear these streets up.
Right. I don't know. I really don't know. I was keeping an open mind, and I still am, but Ty 3 is starting to lose me. The initial, like, oh shit, this is also fucking cool, has long since worn off.
Yeah.
The novelty is gone, and so now I'm just kind of like... This is just, not fun.
Yeah, I would say I'm definitely getting to the, yeah, I see why...
The honeymoon phase is over.
Yeah, I see why people are like, oh, you know, this is, like, the worst of the three. I still don't know that I'd agree with people who are like, oh, it's bad outright.
Yeah, it hasn't given me anything to be like, oh no, this is a fucking unplayable.
Yeah, but it's like, it's just, I don't know. Ty 1 is so different, they're hard to compare. And Ty 2, while at first appearance, this seemed kind of like a better version of that. They didn't really capitalize on that very well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Welcome back to On Shelf Game, and we're actually talking about the game, so I guess we'll leave all that in.
Yeah.
Future Sacred.
Yeah, I got it. No worries.
Yeah, it's so weird. In between episodes, oh yeah, this game sure is a game, and we have thoughts about it. During the episodes, man, SWAT cats! Man,
God.
Speaking of things that aren't this game, Sonic 3!
Sonic 3! Yeah, give me your unbiased review. I haven't seen any of the Sonic movies, and I likely never will.
Hell yeah.
Give me your unbiased review on all three of them.
Haven't seen 1 or 2, but they suck.
Hell yeah.
Saw Sonic 3, greatest movie of all time.
Hell fucking yeah. Be honest, as the biggest Shadow fan in the world, did it scratch that itch of like new Shadow media?
Oh, for sure.
Would you approve? You give this depiction of Shadow the old Eric approval?
Oh, absolutely. Because the thing is, like, because it's sort of, kind of, but not exactly, is just the story of Sonic Adventure 2. Which means at the end, like, technically Shadow loses.
Right.
And it's like, damn, I don't want to see that on the big screen. But then, like, he also kind of doesn't lose in the grand scheme of things. And honestly, his big moment at the end of the movie, probably better than his big moment at the end of
the actual game.
Cause it's much more definitive, and just like and he just gets to do cooler stuff.
Right.
Like, I don't want to, like, just completely spoil since it's still even in theaters right now.
Yeah, but it's still been new.
Yeah, no, it was a really good movie. I went and saw it with my partner Finn, and they hadn't seen any of the Sonic movies, they hadn't played any of the Sonic games, and it's just some random ass kids movie, and they were still like, yeah, it was pretty good. So, I mean, if someone who doesn't even care about this stuff,
right,
is like, yeah, that's a pretty good movie. And honestly, here's one thing that I was pretty surprised about, because I'm not the world's biggest Jim Carrey fan. But even he was really good in the movie. So,
what's going on?
is this why you were fucking losing the war?
Delusional. That's enough. You guys have got.
There's enough of me for both of yous.
And your sister. Please.
Is that his name is Steve, and he's really smart.
Minecraft Steve.
But how will we know when
For Smash, confirmed.
Whoa.
Dude, I love how all the fucking Smash, like all the fucking Switch 2 stuff is coming out, and there's already been like 3 fake Smash leaks on my timeline. We are so fucking back.
I know, it's fucking sick. Bro, for April Fool's this year,
yeah,
we should go back and rewatch like the Smash Ultimate character review. And just be like, whoa!
For the Switch 2? Smash Avalon or whatever the fuck?
We just start out with like fucking stuff from Ultimate. It's just like, oh, Banjo-Kazooie? Holy shit! And then we move on to like some of the fake fucking leaks that come out. And then pretty soon we're just like clumsily putting together our own shit. It's like, whoa! Former President George H.W. Bush for Smash?
The fuck's going on? Yo, it's that guy.
Whoa!
Oh, is he a fucking expert?
Hey, you!
Wait up.
Have you seen Steve?
That's one.
Hey, Steve, have you seen Steve? You guys gotta probably get a little further away from that. I haven't asked you, because I know you're not really into Smash. You played a shit ton of 64 in college.
Yeah.
But like you haven't really cared about like Brawl, Melee, Ultimate. You didn't really care about any of the new Smash games? Correct. Okay. Did it do anything for... what was your initial reaction when Banjo-Kazooie got announced, though? Like, did that do anything for you?
Not on the Smash side. It did get me just the tiniest bit hyped that maybe they were actually going to do something with Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, like it might be like testing the waters to see if people still give a shit about Banjo-Kazooie?
Yeah, and then it didn't at all go anywhere.
Yeah, it didn't. And at this point, it's way too late for it to have. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the same thing, because like when they first announced Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie were eventually going to make it to NSO, people are like, it's the big, they're coming back! They're coming back! And it's like, no. I mean, literally, yeah. Like, they're coming to Nintendo Switch Online. Like, they're not, quote-unquote, back. There's no new game.
Right.
Like, they're not even porting the other games. Because, like, I would kill for Grunty's Revenge and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts to, in some way...
maybe hit the NSO or something.
Be ported. Well, Grunty's Revenge could definitely, because it's just a Game Boy Advance game, which is already available on NSO. So, like, they would just put it on there.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck!
But, like, with Nuts and Bolts, that was an Xbox 360 game.
Oh, okay.
So it would need to be, like, actually ported.
Right.
We must be on the right track.
But it's one of those things, like, I don't expect them to ever do that. For one thing, because it had such bad reception, like, even if they did, it wouldn't make financial sense, probably. Especially if they weren't doing, like, actual Banjo 3, where they could be like, see, look, we're doing stuff that's new, and also we're bringing all the old stuff.
Right.
Where people might actually have interest in seeing it just on the virtue that it's the old stuff.
Ah, fuck.
Which is fucking crazy. I think it was last year when it officially had been twice as long. Because that's the thing, when Nuts and Bolts came out, it had been a while since the last brand new Banjo adventure. So people were like, oh, it's been so long. Last year, it was twice as long as it had been between Banjo-Tooie and Nuts and Bolts.
Right. Oh, give me that mech or whatever the fuck that is. Oh, it's okay.
It's a cannon! Fucking die!
It's not quite what I expected.
No. I thought it might shoot, like, I don't know, cannonballs. They're all over you, bro, I guess?
Oh, I broke those guys back here, maybe?
I don't know, your cannon's dying, bro. I think?
It's like not knocking them out of the sky.
It's not. It is not killing them at all, actually. Why?
I don't know. This is just kind of holding them at bay.
Oh, well, that's fine. The outhouse is right there.
You okay over there, Fluff?
Yeah, it's just kind of holding them at bay.
You gotta be missing their weak point.
Do they have one?
They're just kind of stunned, shaking. Maybe when they open their mouths to attack you. Didn't seem to make a difference.
It really doesn't.
And they're all fucking over you.
Yeah, I don't give a
butts?
chance.
Their butts have no armor.
No?
It doesn't really seem to be doing anything.
It really isn't.
Are they weak to boomerangs like everybody else in Australia?
Ah!
Ow.
Fuck.
That hurted. I don't like that.
Maybe that'll do something.
Hell yeah. Who needs the cannon? We'll just go somewhere else. That's what life is all about. If it's too hard, You just don't worry about it, and you do something else.
Ah,
well,
shit, I fucked
you
that up.
fucked that up big time.
No!
You actually got closer than I thought you would, considering that knocked you down for like 3 fucking seconds.
Yeah,
of
no.
your 10 seconds that you got.
I probably didn't need to be that close to it.
Probably. I mean, you were directly on top of it the first time, and you still got pretty close. So
I just gotta not hit one of those fucking things this time.
True.
Well,
If you just do everything
Yup.
exactly the same, but
Yup.
not shit.
if I just do it all, the
Guaranteed.
better.
Pardon me, sir!
Woo!
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! I don't know.
We
what
got
these
the
things do.
Zoom Stone.
Still think you can beat me?
And the Zoom Stone.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
I feel like I went
those
to
look
the.
exactly the same.
I feel like I went to the wrong spot because they're no longer following me.
No, it was definitely that cannon. I don't know why they're not following. Maybe it's because they're stupid.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they're supposed to help.
Maybe
Maybe you're supposed to hold them off, and then she's gonna blast them with their rocket launcher.
I don't know. Because, yeah, they're just fucking standing here.
Hey, ladies. Just wondering, you know, thinking maybe you might not do nothing.
No? Yeah, okay. Women, am I right?
Hell yeah, bro.
High five for misogyny.
People love that stuff.
Hell yeah, it goes over great every time. Alright, well, I guess let's try the cannon again.
Yeah, let me
Because, like, maybe I missed something in the instructions, but it wasn't doing shit.
No, what was this mission called?
The search for Steve.
That's right. The search for Steve. Not that we would ever verify information independently, but sometimes in life, you need to verify some information independently, you know?
I mean, they're not shooting me as much, but I'm not killing anything.
I think it's this way.
I'm not doing something wrong, right?
I'm looking. I don't.
Because I'm blasting this motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
like,
no, there's no way. Well,
I'm letting him have
you're
it.
hitting the other guy too, even, and like nothing is happening other than they're both like inconvenient, inconvenient.
You must be on the right track.
I can't fly back this way. This is my zone. What's this do?
Maybe I'm just blind, but I'm not even seeing like what we're doing, and I know it's part of this mission because it's literally your fucking mission.
Right, like... Where'd Steve go?
Okay over there?
Steve, where are you? Like he obviously got like kidnapped by these guys or something, right?
I guess? And it's no longer popping up with the tutorial, so... If there's extra shit, I don't have it. I'm hitting every button on the keyboard. Or on the fucking controller.
I'm more than you, Fluffy.
See, they're still talking shit back there.
Yeah,
They're
like...
halfway across the map and we're still...
I apologize for the people at home if there's like a really obvious thing I'm missing here.
No, could never. Could never.
I'm doing my best. We'll be right back.
Okay, and don't hold down the fire button. Repeatedly tap it. Duh, you fucking idiot. Don't just shoot the constant stream of attack at them.
You gotta
Tap the button. Fucking dumbass. Welcome back. Sacred's obviously an idiot and should have known that. God, they probably told us exactly that.
yeah, I'm sure, but like...
I didn't notice it, so I can't say anything. Oh, I guess
Well, and what stretch of logic is this?
I don't know.
Have you ever had to, like, tap a bunch for a turret section?
No. Well, especially not on a turret like this. They're shooting like a laser.
Right. I really don't see how this is any different, other than it's working.
I would say other than that it's shooting a thicker beam.
Well, if it's just, why doesn't holding it do it that way?
I know. No, bro, I'm right there fucking with you.
Because if he is like, oh, I'm charging up power.
Around here?
Hey, Orange Dinosaur. Hey, Yellow Kitties. They didn't follow you, did they?
No.
Who are
Well,
they?
we can find the Quinkan
The
expert.
IRS.
If we don't find him, we won't be able to stop the Quinking.
Oh no, not him. He's the one who tells them what to do. I better make sure my Goober Juice is safe.
Hang on a sec. How do you know about the Quinking? When you say they, have you been talking about the Quinken all this time?
Are you Steve the Quinkan expert?
I
Yeah,
told you.
duh.
Wait, for real?
But you didn't go hide your berries, did you?
Then you know how to stop them.
Maybe if you'd built the Quinkan defense system like I told you,
If you tell us how
they wouldn't be destroying you right
we'll
now.
make sure they never bother you again.
Okay, I'll tell you a story.
You know what? This made me sad to think about. Since this is a cartoon game, the Quinkan are probably way stronger than, like, the Reapers.
Before that even.
Yeah.
That's when they came. They did stupid things. They smashed
Probably.
Where's that death battle?
I didn't like
The Quinkan from Ty versus the Reapers from Mass Effect. At least one of those things is a household name. I don't know, is Mass Effect a household name? I feel like it's like right there,
I'd say at least
about to be one.
At least in the gaming sphere, maybe. Maybe not anymore, though.
I don't know.
It definitely was, like, in the time after Mass Effect 2 and, like, before Mass Effect Andromeda. But after Andromeda,
Andromeda was
It's-
such a bullet to their
yeah,
reputation.
it lost a lot of its,
it was Cackaboom Island.
a lot of its reputation, and so that definitely hurts it, I feel. And then nothing has happened since then. I forget exactly when Andromeda came out, but it's before I started working at the bank. So
Right,
it's been a while.
It's been a good while. I still lived in Washington.
Are you sure you
I think I actually just got my first job right around then, because I remember I was working at, I just got my job at Wendy's, and I was training at a store next to where my brother lived, and so I was hanging out at my brother's apartment, and he was playing Andromeda. It had like just come out.
And he loved it, just like everybody.
I don't remember his opinion on it, but I don't think it was very good.
race. I told him you didn't have time, but if you want to go and destroy his dreams, it's no feathers off my back.
Oh, bro.
I know we're a little busy with the apocalypse right now, but if you want to destroy a man's dreams,
I mean, the apocalypse is already going to cover that for him.
that is a tough one. Like, well, it's like if you going back to Mass Effect, if you lived in Mass Effect world, like obviously they did Operation Bury My Head in the Sand and pretend it's not going to happen
Right.
until the Reapers literally showed up on Earth.
Right.
But
And
it's
even
like,
then, there were still people who were like, no, this isn't as bad as it could be.
oh yeah, but it's like if you're on Earth and you're not, you're not the Alliance, so you're not actively fighting the Reapers on the day-to-day. I say actively fighting like that's what they were doing, running away and trying not to die until Shepard could save the world,
Yeah.
for the most part. But you're just you and me. And you heard the warnings on the fucking news from Commander Shepard, and for some reason we were like, oh yeah, we trust that guy. That guy's got a trustworthy face. And so we stocked up on supplies, and we built our Reaper shelter. Not that it protects you from Reaper attacks, just that it's like hidden, so they can't
Right.
easily get you. Are we sitting in there? Are we fucking playing Dragon Age on our fucking PS7s while we wait see if the Reapers find us or not? Or are we like in constant panic mode?
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like the answer would obviously be constant panic mode, but maybe it's just me. I feel like after a certain amount of panic, you just like, you're even back out.
Right.
And even though you're still like, oh yeah, this is fucking terrible, I'm terrified. It's like, oh no, I'm so scared as I twiddle my thumb.
Right. After a while, the boredom, I think, starts to dull the terror.
And so it's like, man, I could probably get through one more run of the entire Dragon Age series before I die. You know, I need to play the first 8 Elder Scrolls games real quick before I go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, after a while, no matter what the situation you're faced with, like how scary it is, eventually logic will take over. And like you'll start to rationalize shit, and it's like, okay, if they didn't come and kill me yesterday, they're probably not gonna come kill me in the next hour.
Right.
You know, you just start, even if it makes no sense logistically, you'll start to be like, well, if they were gonna kill me soon, I'd already be dead.
Right.
So surely I'll just die in a while.
No, for sure. Well, yeah, because it's like, you know, on day 2, when your wife comes in, and she's like, hey, I'm getting pretty bored. Do you want to have sex? And you're like, sorry, can't right now, babe. I am completely wound. But then by, like, month 2, she comes in and is like, hey, I'm kind of bored. You want to have sex? Like, oh, thank God, something to do.
Right.
It's like, I pat the PC, but I forgot to pat internet. So I can't download any other games. All I have is Ty 3. You know how many runs of Ty 3 I've done? And of course, she just looks at the Ty 3 run completion board and sees that the answer is 8,974. And she's like, is it 8,974? And you're like, no, I haven't updated that in a couple days.
No internet, you see. Keep up. God. Is there a... Because, like, you were a record holder, briefly, weren't you, for Harvest Moon, or was it Yoshi's Story? Something with swimming. You were, like, a swimming race champion or something.
I held, quote-unquote, world records on both of those games, in categories where I was the only runner on speedrun.com.
It counts.
It does. It does count. No matter what anyone says, fuck you. I'm a former world record speedrun holder. What have you done with your life?
Anyway,
you had context for that, I assume.
Yeah. Is there a game where you just wish you had, like, a world record for it? And I'm not talking like, oh yeah, I wish I placed on Mario Odyssey. No, that's fucking basic. Everyone wants to fucking place on Mario Odyssey. I'm talking a game where it's like, you're now known as that game's guy. Where you are Mr. Speedrun for that game.
That's a tough one, because it's like, what makes you want to be that? Is it just like, because like one of the first games that comes to mind is the original Super Mario Brothers.
Right.
Because it's like, basically you would just be replacing a guy who already exists functionally.
Right.
In this timeline where I push a button and now I'm that guy.
You're that guy.
Because that speedrun is like, if it's not literally been perfected, it's like that fucking close.
Right.
Like, close enough that, well, of course they said that for about a lot of games for a long time. But like, things are really close to being as good as it can possibly be, unless you just find another new strat.
Right. But
and so it's like, do I want to be that guy? One of the, like, just objectively most skilled gamers in the world?
Right.
Yeah, kind of. Or do I want, like another game where it's like, oh, but this game would just be cool to be that guy. Like, some fucking obnoxious world record. One of those where it's like, it takes a fucking 9-hour day just to do the base speed run. And if you're the 100% guy, like, you're taking naps as you wait for it to be time to speed run some more. Because, like, would that be annoying as all hell? Yeah, absolutely. In real life, I would never run one of those games.
Right.
But in this theoretical where it'd be fucking hilarious to be that guy?
Right. See, that's what I'm thinking. It's got to be a hilarious game. Like, you're Mr. Mike Tyson heavyweight boxing. You're Mr. Dai Katana. I don't know. Like.
What?
And also with Redback Phil and me.
And just to make it interesting, no power-ups, Ty.
That's impossible. How am I going to blow you up without it?
You won't.
So gone.
Well, that's fucking bullshit.
Okay, just beat him in a okay. Well, beat him in a race. I can
easily
do
so many times. Well, especially if there's no power ups involved.
right. Yeah, everyone get the
I do
fuck
notice
out
a
of the
bunch
way.
power up boxes. So it's the issue that we can't use the power ups, but everybody else still will.
Probably.
'Cause that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
But I mean, still really not in the grand scheme of things. Because half the time when we had trouble with the races before, it's because the race was not actually a race.
It was a fucking demolition derby.
Right.
Yeah, confirmed. They're just gonna keep using shit. Okay, Ranger Ken, why don't you calm the fuck down up there? It's always him. Why is Ranger Ken just gas at this shit?
He has driven a lot.
He has a driver's license. It really
Whoa,
makes
he's got
a
a
difference.
license for this thing? That's cheating. Do you think there's any pro NASCAR drivers who don't have their regular driver's license?
Oh,
Because, like, in history, definitely there probably has been at least one, right?
Right.
But, like, in the modern day.
Surely not.
But do you think it's required to have one to race NASCAR?
Oh, certainly. If you have to have a fucking license to drive just a fucking truck a little bit bigger than a pickup truck, surely a fucking, you know, a drag racing car, surely you would need. Or, like, what are those fucking cars? They're like, their whole thing is they go from, like, 0 to, like, 500, and they're, like, all pointy. They have a pointy nose.
That's drag racing.
That's drag racing?
Yeah,
Oh.
NASCAR is stock car racing.
Well, I know that, but, like, there's a specific name for this car that I'm thinking of, and I can't think of it.
You don't need a state driver's license to race NASCAR. You do need a NASCAR driver's license.
Okay.
Wait, can I use my NASCAR driver's license as a state? Because, like...
Are you going to be the cop to pull over fucking Dale Earnhardt and be like, sorry, this doesn't count? You can't drive? I'm not going to.
No, it says it doesn't count. But if I pull over fucking Junior, I'm not being like, yeah, can I see your license? And he's like, here you go. He hands me the NASCAR license, and I'm like,
You had nothing.
this shit don't count. You're not allowed to drive a car.
Rose? Rose?
I don't know. Let's tweet at every NASCAR racer. Man, maybe she will live it down next time
on the shelf gaming.
I doubt it, though. She said never. That's a long time.
Yeah, no, that's a very long time.
The next episode on the shelf gaming, super duper close.